Hey everybody, and welcome to Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain YouTube. 3 YouTube channels, of course, over 10,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, join the team and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell on the way in. Hope you guys are having a good time. I had a good day off yesterday. It was quite rainy here, but still it was nice to have a day off, and it's rainy a little bit today. Not so bad, it's a little bit better. And hopefully we'll get on to walk number 100. 100, can you believe it? 100 days since I started my walking, and it's day 100 today. So I'm going to do that after the live stream. I encourage you to get out there and do your health and fitness as well. We wish Sandy Beach a speedy recovery as well. She's our health and fitness queen. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, she is. So she's amazing, and so we wish her the best recovery. Hope you guys are having a good time. So we've been talking about a few things here. I'm doing a stealth launch of the strategy club, so we're just doing an informal launch at the moment, so you can get in nice and early on that. So that's going to be talking about a lot of stuff I don't talk about on YouTube in terms of discussion about strategy, what's some of the best projects out there you can make a lot of money out of, and of course we're going to have quite a few discussions and a few presentations and other things like that. So really great place. You're going to get all the intel, all the scoops. We've got 4 members of the team that are very experienced in crypto, that are always hunting down the best projects. So it's a great place to be in there as well. We've had our first member join, by the way. It's a big welcome. Yeah, get in there, folks. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Before we do that, though, let's get into the chat, see who is in the house. We've got Lice Beneath there. How are you today? Very good, of course. Hex, EHEX, PLS, incentive for the win, 100%. That is our baseline golden crypto on this channel. So that's the maxi. If we cover a lot of other projects, but that is the golden source, and you've just got to bide your time in the market for that, for the bull market, which is only just beginning. So a good times for us all. We've got Craig Pittenhouse there. Hey, Craig, good to see you. Morning. Brennan as well, our TA specialist. Morning, Superman and family. Bam. Good to see you, Brennan. Hexcavator as well. Hey, gang. Now, if you haven't been to our Discord, the link is in the video description. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But Hexcavator posts a lot of stuff around construction work, and it's really some interesting photos that he posts. So if you like that sort of thing, get into the non-crypto chat. We have 7 chats, and that's a non-crypto one. So a really big shout out to Mikey there, working hard each day. Blobfish King and House there, g'day as well. Crypto Dan, woohoo! Good to see you, Crypto Dan. Hex Mum is back. Evening all, raining in from Nebraska, USA. Boy, that reminds me of some great new movies in Nebraska there. A big welcome to Hex Mum. We've got Archie in the house as well. Hey, Archie, good to see you. Joey Torres in the house. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome. We got Stray OX in the house there. TitanX is the bomb. Yeah, we are. We're going to be talking about TitanX today. We've got XONE launch from the Zen community. We're going to talk about that, and TitanX. They're both on the Ethereum chain, so it's something a little bit different today. But both of those are going to cause a bit of excitement in those areas. And we're going to talk about OKX as well when we get up to XONE, because I think that's important. But the main topics in terms of Pulsechain will be Pulsechain markets, PulseLN bridge, and we're going to talk about the Hex share rate and T-shares. That's very important. We're going to talk about all those, as well as XONE launch and TitanX. CT's in house there. Hi, CT. Hello. Welcome to the chat as well. Yeah, there is the Discord link for the general memberships to join up today on that, and I'll talk about that in a minute anyway. Craig Pick says, any chance you have done a video on Power City, Superman? I was gonna do one the other day, Craig. It's funny you asked me. I will try and do that again. I was gonna put it on today, but I've got quite a few things on my list now. I'll see what I can do. If I can do it today, Craig, I will try and do that. I was going to do a summary video for Power City, which is coming up soon. That's one of the big juggernauts that's coming to Pulsechain, hopefully this month, if not December, the way it's going at the moment. Scott Jackson says, good day, everybody, or good morning. Another day in paradise indeed. Pulsechain, another day in Pulsechain paradise. Of course, a chance to DCA today with the big pullback, as opposed as the whales have pushed the price down there. Hey all, hey, hi ho, Hex is in the house. Hi, howdy ho. Good to see you in the chat as well. Let's get in straight into it, folks. Let's get back into the show and start off with the content. Now, I wanted to just talk about the Discord first of all. We're ramping up the Discord, so you can basically tell that, and we're offering more services in there, so you can enjoy that and get more value out of crypto. So let's bring up this is the store front end. This is on warp.com. and one of the two biggest storefronts for Discord. And you can see here they've got two different products at the moment, or two different offerings. One is the Discord membership. That is the basics. The Discord used to be public, now gone private. And so we've got over 1,200 members, 1,250 members, something like that. And Discord membership is $5 a month, so you can join up. There are a lot of great perks for doing that. You got access to the Pulsechain community, and we have a very safe community now. It's gone private. When it was public, we had lots of spammers still coming in. It was much better than Telegram, probably 100 times better than Telegram, but we still had spammers. We have got rid of pretty much 99% of those now going private with the Discord. Once we got up to a critical mass on the Discord numbers. So we're up at around 1,250. Perks, potential perks in the future. Just stay tuned as we enter this bull market. We've got 7 chat groups, including non-chat groups. And we're the only one that I know of in the Pulsechain Hex community that has a crypto helpline, or crypto for that matter. So we have a crypto helpline where the community and our moderator team, leadership team, helps out answering questions that you may have, especially really good if you are new to crypto. This is a gem to be in. Where else are you going to find a help desk, right? You'll get scam desk, but you won't get a help desk, right? So get in there. It's a really, really cool community supported helpline. So very cool. We've got 3 audio chats as well, and you can get in there and just discuss general Pulsechain projects and things like that on there, crypto. It's kind of really, really open-minded there. And we've got Pulsechain information. We've got the most comprehensive Pulsechain information and useful links out there. So we've got project links and useful links. So useful links have all the stuff around Pulsechain Hex, and PulseX has all the stuff around Hex derivatives like Maximus and Icosa Hedron, has all the stuff around on-chain, cross-chain, and on-ramp bridges. Lots of great information there with those there. So really great resource, including all the Pulsechain projects, including Pulsechain diagrams of all the projects out there. Really is really neat. And of course, you get to hang out with the Hex Token streamer Superman. That's me, aka Superman. So definitely well within it. So that is the basic membership. Now, if you want to get into Strategy Club, which is a stealth launch at the moment, kind of quiet, and we've had our first member join to that today. That is $35 a month, but it's going to be an absolute kicker. You're going to get access to at least 3 or 4 people that are seasoned in the crypto, and of course, get only focused on the very best opportunities. None of this little crappy stuff out there, but the real good stuff. And so you'll be able to get talk about discussions about the pros and cons, about strategies, about getting the most value, about the risk return trade-offs, and of course getting a constant flow of intel about that too. So it's going to be really good. Now, it's not just going to be Pulsechain too. It's going to be covering Ethereum and BNB. So and maybe anything else that we find that's of a lot of value. So definitely it's going to be triple chain on that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So you definitely get into that. So that includes all the basic stuff, plus of course getting all the high intel. And we're going to have a few presentations every so often as well on that too. So definitely worth getting into on the strategy room stealth launch at the moment. So stay tuned for that. All right, so that is pretty much it. The links to those are in the video description if you want to get join up today, either on the general Discord membership, 16 cents a day, or the strategy room there, $35 a month. So get in today, and we'll look forward to seeing you. We're ramping that up. I've got a lot of stuff happening in that space in the next couple of days. Remember, the official launch hasn't happened yet. We're just in a stealth sort of soft launch at the moment, so join up and get in early. All right, so that's kind of cool. We're going to get into crypto now. BTC there making a nice little bounce back. Woohoo! So up 2.18% is Bitcoin, looking very good indeed. And $37,558 looking not bad. The dominance of Bitcoin is 50.72%. Ethereum is back over 2,000, very important. But really, I'm waiting for Ethereum to get up to 2,400. I think really that kind of signals the altcoin season's really on the go. We already had Bitcoin move up. Now, one of the things with Bitcoin, it really has a lot of resistance at the 39,000 mark because that's in the last bull market. That's where a lot of people kind of at break even. People that paid at the top and they're trying to get back to break even. Maybe they haven't used the dollar cost average method to bring down their average, but around 39. So that's kind of resistance mark there. And as you guys know, I've talked about, well, with the bullishness around Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs now. So we've got 12 Bitcoin ETFs, 7 Ethereum ETFs. And of course, more people jumping into that, putting more pressure on the SEC to approve them. Obviously, we missed the last week's deadline for that, but we've got obviously the 10th of January coming up for the next deadline, which means that we'll probably have a nice little another rally into that over Christmas into the new year. which is pretty cool. Not to say that there won't be dips in the game, but that's kind of the play. So that's the bullish mark, right? So busting over 40K. Like I say, 40, 50K does seem like a decent chance of that over the Christmas period, New Year. The other side, of course, is that there's always a bearish scenario, right? The bearish scenario, maybe we've got support at around 31,000 now. So if we do have a dip down, get rejected at the 39 type of mark, we've got the 38K, if you remember. If we do get rejected from there and we do go down in the interim, then maybe 31 is that floor price for us to bounce back up. Of course, we've still got Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs coming out and potentially, early in January, 10th of January. So that second window, as we say. Now, we do have some outstanding performers at the moment. We've got Solana up 5%. We've got Link is up 8.6% as well. So we've got some, amongst the leaders, some big performers there. Let's jump over to the Bitcoin. And this is the Bitcoin chart. So you can see we had that big pump there. This there looked like very much market manipulated, but also, of course, they were using the Bitcoin ETF news around the 17th of November window, that first window, of course, which hasn't, they've all been deferred pretty much or delayed or waiting for responses in the second window. So this is our next pumpamental here. The Fed meeting course is coming up on the 13th. We're expecting a no change in rates. Maybe we've probably a very high chance now we've got the terminal rate in, which means that the rates aren't going to go past 5.5% on federal funds rate. So that's looking very strong now. And of course, we had the budget extended into January as well. So no real issues there. So it's really nothing much in the way. And of course, maybe just this technical barrier at 39K. And as you guys know, I think that the market's going to probably try and take it over 40K. It'll just go boom over 40K. Now that we've already had this fake out here, that I'm still more in the bullish camp at the moment. So, but like I say, it's always good to have the idea that 31K all the way down here could be the bearish scenario. So just take that into account. So otherwise, the window of opportunity looks really, really good as we move into another buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news event potentially here as well. And of course, you know that if it does get approved here, it's also another month until. So if this is the 10th of January, it's always about another month until they go live. So that would bring us into the 10th of February, where they start, everyone's on their sales desk at BlackRock and places like that, and they're talking to their clients, and the funds start flowing, right? Now, what they will do, of course, is buy Bitcoin leading up into that as well for their own Bitcoin ETF trust. So that's another thing. There were some rumors going around about some cash they might need to have, but that looks like not been confirmed. So we'll see how that goes. So in kind versus cash there. And so, and then it leads us into the Bitcoin halving, which is pretty cool. So we can have a nice real run up into that as well. And of course, out the other side. So it's looking pretty good at the moment. Really, really good. And of course, we may have a little bit of issue around the budget, CRs or continuing resolutions here in January. So everything is looking pretty good. So bring on a nice Christmas present for us all. That's all I can say. Now, I do have a poll before we move on into Ethereum. I do have a poll up and running at the moment. What are you doing in crypto or Pulsechain at the moment? Are you buying, hodling, or selling? So get into that poll. We've got 25 votes on Hex Token channel. On Superman Crypto, get in there and vote as well. We've got a couple of votes on there also over on Crypto Superman. So big shout outs as well. Now, if you're wondering what the difference between the YouTube channels is, obviously Hex Token is a Pulsechain, PulseX Hex channel, but we also do all the projects on Pulsechain. We do obviously cover a few other projects from now and then as well. And Superman Crypto is really around general crypto and DGM projects. And of course, we've also got the third YouTube channel, Pulsechain, which is mostly around Pulsechain. So if you want to understand the breakdown of the three channels that we're streaming to, that is it. We've got a couple more comments in the chat here, so we're going to read some of those before we move on. What do we get up to? Francis in house there. Hi, Francis. Good to see you. Hi, Superman. We've got Pac-Man in house. Hey, Pac-Man. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. And smash the likes on the way in. Definitely smash the likes. Big welcome. We've got about 38 people watching at the moment. So big welcome to everybody. Subscribe, smash the likes, and all that good stuff. So that is the lay of the land at the moment on crypto. So looking pretty good. And the narrative keeps going. I think we've been very lucky, honestly, with this. And now the Ethereum. Let's jump to the Ethereum. This is the Ethereum bounce back here. Ethereum, the weaker of the two. And we need, after Bitcoin moves, and maybe it's going to have to take until it gets over 40K but then Ethereum should really super accelerate at the moment. We've seen Solana do quite well recently, but really Ethereum needs to lead the way. And at the moment, it's at 2013, so it's managed to bounce back over 2000. But like I say, I think we're going to probably have to wait until we get up to like this 2400 mark before the market takes confidence with that and we get those altcoin runs, right? And I'm expecting a mini bull run in the short period and then an elongated bull run, like in other words, a normal bull run that we expect and typically into 2025. So that's kind of the time frame, and we're really just at the beginning of a bull market at this stage. So really, really cool. Now, there's two different ways of measuring bull markets, but that's kind of the measure I'm taking at the moment. So, pretty much November onwards, or even October, really, but November really bring that signal. And of course, we've got the biggest thing ahead of us with the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. So it's a perfect time and a wonderful time to be joining crypto. So there we are. That's kind of where we are at the moment. And we've obviously got a golden cross here on the chart. I just realized I still got the 20 moving average here, which we bounced off. We keep bouncing off this 20 moving average here on yellow, which is pretty cool. Let me just change the settings back to 50. And bam. So we bounced off the 20 and now the 50 here. We've still got a golden cross, right? So still really, really good. Looks like we're still warming up on this thing and up and to the way. I'm still feeling very bullish about that, especially having more Ethereum ETFs coming online, 7 of them. That's super bullish as well. Lots of capital, billions of dollars of capital to flow into Ethereum, and that's good for the rest of crypto. Get that altcoin run. Now, in a bull run with altcoin runs, then you wake up often with double-digit gains every day for like a week, and you go, wow, I just minted so much money, and it's a wonderful place to be. So it really is getting exciting. Now, there have always dips in the game. As in the bull cycle, you're going to go up and down, the parabolas. Just remember that. And of course, don't forget to take profits when you get up to a decent profit level. Always take some profits off the table, and as we lead into the bull run as well. So it's pretty wise to do that. All right, that is Ethereum. That leads us into Pulsechain. So we've got Pulsechain day 191 results, and we've got 000619 for Pulsechain, down 6.91%. 62% the sacrifice price at the moment. That's the mean sacrifice price. This is about 3 times the whale cost. So whales are still well in the money on Pulsechain. PulseX there is at 000187, down 10.3% at the moment. And one pulse will get you 3.3 PulseX at the moment. That top of that ratio has been around about 4, remember. So that's PulseX is still relatively stronger compared to that worst case scenario there, that 4 to 1. The buy and burn continues on. So regardless of what's happening with the price, the buy and burn is continuing to go there. In fact, 561.3 billion PulseX is now being bought up and burned. And of course, that is 2.73%. That's 2.73% of the public supply, with a run rate of probably about 5.3% a year, somewhere in that ballpark, plus or minus 0.1. All right, so there we are. Sounds like a real statistic, but that's it. So that is just continuing to churn on there, meaning that the total amount of PulseX was out at the beginning. It's just slowly shrinking. That's basically what's happening there. Imagine a balloon. It's just the air's going out, so slowly there. And of course, if you increase the amount of people wanting to buy, then it's just going to accelerate there. And especially at the beginning of a bull market. So kind of cool. I actually really like the launch phase now of Pulsechain because it gives, we've had 6 months to get the first wave of development projects on Pulsechain to add some real value to Pulsechain. And we're currently in our second wave. And of course, it's a little bit delayed with Liquid Loans and Power City and the Fetch Oracle. But we're kind of getting into that perfect second wave of project launches as we're leading into the bull market. So I think actually it's pretty good. You got to remember Pulsechain is a layer 1 chain, and PulseX is our super DEX. So it's a pretty good way of increasing the value there, having a lot of utility that can be pumped up. So nice. The incentive token there is down 8.3% at 80 cents. We've got 13,000 as the pulse ratio to one incentive token, and we must be getting pretty close to 17 million incentive tokens now. And we've got 114,000 burned through the TRH protocol there. PHEX at the moment is at 1.09 cents, down 13.9 cents. Hit by a big whale yesterday, so you can find a little bit of detail about that in our Discord under price charts. We've got a couple posts about that when that came out. And EHEX at the moment is at 0.006, so 0.6 of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is at 1.69 cents. So we were in the 2 to 3 cent range. We're being pushed down back down to 1.69, but we might have a nice little W playing out in the chart and that could end up being super bullish for Hex in the future. So there we go. One PHEX is getting 175 pulse at the moment. One PHEX is getting 1.81 EHEX at the moment. So those are the results for day 191, and we're going to jump into some cool stuff on the charts. Let's have a quick look at those. I'm not going to spend too much time on the charts today. But that is the big red candle that we got today. So good DCA opportunity, good buying opportunity here. We're bouncing off the bottom of the Bollinger Bands there too. So that's kind of good news there. The RSI has very much cooled off. So look at that. We're down at 46 on the RSI. So that's good news in terms of the potential for another rally in there as well. We're still holding on to a higher low compared to this low. But of course, we've got higher lows here at the moment. So that's the only thing in the chart there, but looking pretty good in the future there. Let's jump over to PulseX. Pretty similar story here. Didn't quite hit the Bollinger Band, but also we've still got a higher low in here as well. And we'll just see how we go on that one. The RSI has definitely cooled down a lot there, 46 there. So allows us to have a nice little rally off that too. Incentive token is down 80 cents. We did get down to where? Down to 77 cents. Just the way it goes. Let's have a look at the ratio at the moment. We've got 13,000. So we've got a new pretty much all-time low here of 12,900. That's the pulse per incentive. Now remember, people are mining incentive tokens pretty much, or farming incentive tokens of PulseX. That is pretty much the numbers there. All right, so what might lift PulseX incentive? Obviously, we're still waiting for the DAO on PulseX. Still waiting potentially with single-sided staking for PulseX, so we'll see how that goes. And of course, features like limit orders as well. So that's kind of where we're at the moment on those. So we'll jump away from that. PHEX chart here, big down day. We got sold down all the way, big whale sales. We got all the way down to 1 penny. 1 penny on this chart. We started off the day at 1.125 pennies. We ended up down at 1 penny. We've bounced off that at the moment. We're at 1.068 at the moment. The RSI definitely cooled down here. Look at this thing. It was already cool anyway. Obviously, there's a downtrend in the RSI, but we're currently at 38 on that at the moment. And as you can see, this chart down the bottom here, I don't talk about much as the MACD. Obviously, that's down as well. So there we are, the moving average there. On PHEX, let's look at EHEX there. Pretty similar as well. Drag story, but not as aggressive as the PHEX one there. That is PHEX or Hex on Pulsechain. This is Hex on Ethereum. Bridged into Pulsechain, so it's matched with Pulse instead of ETH or USDC. And we can see the price there is at 58/100th of a penny at the moment. Got all the way down to 54/100th of a penny there as well. So that is been subject to whales and things like that. So we'll see how we go with finding the bottom. The RSI is very cooled off here, 38 on that one as well. So you just got to wait till it turns around a bit and then get that uptrend moving on there. I do suggest that we're going to probably get this PHEX, EHEX, once it goes back up the other side, it's going to be pretty fast, is my guess on that one coming up in the future. Good time to accumulate. That is pretty much on those charts. Let's quickly look at the validated numbers before we move on. Validated is 50,931, so we're at a new all-time high on Pulsechain. So even though the price can go up and down because of whale movements and things like that, we have got new records in the Pulsechain validators, 50,931 up and to the right there. So any of that pullback in Pulse allows you to become a validator. Now, as you guys know, we've got 1.63 trillion now staked off the market. So it's just under 11% of the Pulse is now staked off the market. We are waiting for liquid loans to collateralize Pulse and take a whole ton more off the market. Hopefully, a lot of the bigger holders will be participating in with that. Will it be 10%, 20%? I don't know. We're going to find out. But it's certainly a win-win for everybody to participate in that. Now, Validator Store at the moment by David Feder is crushing it with 52% of the validators going through the validatorstore.com. So a big shout out to Dave Feder. And as you guys know, Dave Feder is looking to do a way of allowing people without 32 million Pulse, so the smaller retail book, to be able to do validating, and that's coming up too. So we'll keep a track on that as well from David Feder there, looking really, really good. All right, so that's the numbers there. Let's go to the gas prices, see how cheap we are. We're so good on the Pulsechain. Oh, super cheap today, 300,000 beats. Wow, so that's a good day to do some PZN minting. So if you've been doing PZN minting, that's a good day for that. I say it, PZN minting. So that's Zen on Pulsechain. Man, 300,000 away. That's a good time. I might have to do a few of those myself today. All right, so we got PulseX swap there at the moment, 0.6 of a penny, which is super cheap. 400th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer and 1/10 of a penny for a PRC transfer at the moment. So looking really, really good there with 2,500 times, basically cheaper than Ethereum. Costs $14 to do a swap on Ethereum at the moment, and that's with Ethereum actually being a bit cheaper than it normally is, which is kind of good to see. And of course, we're 13,260 times cheaper than Bitcoin at the moment, which is $5.23 to send a Bitcoin. So there we are, a great place to be. Now, what's cool about this? Yes, it's faster and cheaper. That's super important. If you go back to Ethereum and you suddenly have to start paying $10 for transactions or $25, you suddenly love Pulsechain even more. But of course, Pulsechain is the first full system state copy of Ethereum. It also allows Pulsechain with this cheaper and faster transactions. It allows you to do compounding DeFi, and that is really the holy grail of crypto, being able to do that. And Pulsechain is a place to flourish there. So even though we've got pullbacks in the charts from whale movements and stuff like that, the future is bright with over 180 projects coming to Pulsechain. So get ready to rumble. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we don't get to tumble. We get to rise, and I'm trying to rhyme that all up together, but I ran out of rhyming there. Anyway, let's move on. So that's good news for Pulsechain day 191. Now, one of the things I want to talk about was PulseLN. Woohoo! Now, this is quite useful. Now, whenever you use bridges, always check to see you're getting good value. That's one thing I would say. Whenever you're using bridges between Ethereum Pulsechain or BNB and Pulsechain or Optimism and Pulsechain, whatever it is, remember always to check that you're getting good value. And sometimes you might have to check a few options to make sure you're getting good value. Sometimes it also depends on how much you're going over, if you're taking a lot or a small amount, whether it's of importance. So remember that with the checks. But I want to highlight PulseLN, one of our better bridges to Pulsechain and, of course, to other chains. So PulseLN typically has been doing Pulse and Bitcoin through the Lightning Network. So we've got Bitcoin to Pulsechain, but also they had BNB as well. And their last one they offered was Optimism, right? But now it looks like they're bringing on a whole ton more. In particular of importance is Ethereum is coming. So that's really exciting. It looks like we've got quite a few there with Arbitrum as well. Remember the other day I was having trouble saying Arbitrum. I don't know why, but that was the place to be. It looks like we've got Hex in there as well now. Monero as well, Solana, ETH-POW and ETH-W. I think the ETH-POW and ETH-W is going to actually be for Hex on those chains. Actually could help Hex on ETH-POW and ETH-FIA because it's pretty difficult to do transactions sending over bridges to ETH-POW and ETH-FIA, especially with there's very little liquidity over there. So that actually might help lift those asset prices of the Hex forks over there too. And also got DAI on Optimism as well. So we've got all these new assets being held. Now I don't know if they're all active yet, but you can see that at the moment we've got BNB and Pulse. That is active. If we've got, let me have a look at this one here. We're going to go to Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin and Pulse is active as well. I have used this bridge once or twice. It is super fast and super friendly. You just got to make sure you get a rate that you expect to get, because sometimes some of the rates could be off if the pools are not that great. So just remember that. All right, so that's kind of cool. So the Brit peer is active there as well. Let me have a look here on Ethereum. Let's see if Ethereum is Ethereum to Pulse. So Ethereum Pulse does seem to be active on here as well. So you can just check that the green lights are on to see if it's active or not. Let's see. Let's put 1 ETH in there. So that rate there is probably not great. Now you can't do 1 ETH. I don't think it's the maximum amount because that's almost $2,000. The minimum is $100 here. It says the maximum is 1,000. You guys probably can't see that very well, so let me zoom in on that. So that is on PulseLN. So it's app.pulseln.com is the link. Now you can find that under useful links in the Discord. We've got all the cross-chain and on-chain sites. There's tons of them there that you can choose from and find, bridges that suit your purposes at the time. But yeah, if we put in, I guess 0.5, which is kind of the top end, that's $984. The maximum is 1,000. You're talking about getting close to 15 million Pulse there for that amount. Now, this rate's going to may not be a great rate. So what you can do is you can go into Pulse and into the spreadsheet, and you can use the calculator and work out whether it's a good amount, right? So this one here has got 14. So let's plug in $984. Actually, let's plug in just the amount there, and we're going to say it's $907. So that doesn't look like the best rate there, $984. And it's worth $907, so that's like $78 or something difference. Now that's that case on that. Now one of the other ones there, so just be careful how much you're doing, whether that's useful or not to you. If you do 0.1, that's $196. Let's do that. That's on the lower side, and we're going to post that in there. $181. How much we putting in there? 196. So that's not so bad. Still quite a bit of a percentage, but maybe if you're doing small amounts, that's going to work for you. Now it's going to be different depending on the different pairing that you've got, is my guess. So if you use BNB, maybe it's a lot better. The rate's a lot better. If you used Bitcoin, maybe the rate's a lot better. You'd have to work that out as you go. But that's a very easy process. I have used it once or twice, and it works pretty well. The other thing cool is you can put a PLS address in as well, which is any address, which is kind of neat. And all you have to do is basically step through the process. Pretty easy to do. If you've used Change Now or Simple Swap or anything like that, it's pretty easy like that, and it's super fast. Bam! It really is impressive so far. I haven't used the Ethereum bridge on this. It's sort of brand new, but that is pretty cool on PulseLN. So I'm going to leave a link to that, but you can find this under useful links in our Discord. So that's PulseLN. It's just one option that you have for cross-chain bridge to Pulsechain and to other chains, BNB, Ethereum, etc. But it maybe I've used it sometimes. So once again, you've always got to get the best rate for yourself. Whether it's Portal X, which is another cross-chain bridge, on-chain bridge, on-chain swap, DEX, you can, or DEX, Super DEX aggregated there. You can use any of those too. So there's quite a list that we've got in the Discord under useful links. You can check that out. We'll add more as more jump on to Pulsechain. All right, that is my PulseLN update. So we're doing pretty well. We've talked about Pulsechain gold crypto. We've talked about the PulseLN. Who else has jumped in the chat here? Before we move on into some of the old Pulsechain markets, we're coming up to TitanX, and we're going to talk about XONE as well. So that's coming up, folks. Hold on to your hats for that. Who else has jumped in here? Crypto Tycoon. I think I got all the way back up there before. Let me jump through that. Francis, my Cyprus. Let's go Pulsex. I like that one, Mr. Cyprus. We've got Jenna in the house as well. Hello, everybody. Time to jump back in the space. Hey, Jenna, welcome back. Jenna's one of our moderators as well, so big shout out to Jenna. Been away a while, but back now. Foster says, still giving LL and Liquid Lines and Power City a massive pass. Hey, brother. October came and went. When do the crickets become buzzsaws and waiting windows? Well, Foster, what else are you going to do? What else can you do? There's nothing I can do. Nothing you can do, nothing anyone can do. We just have to be patient, don't we? But hey, look, they've given us timelines. We're working to those timelines. It's really what's it? It's really, what am I trying to say here? The bridge, not the bridge. The Fetch Oracle, sorry. The Fetch Oracle that has been an issue. So hopefully they'll get it up and running soon. It's really holding everything back on those front. Wookie's still on the move. Hey, Wookie, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Pulsechain says, do you know anything about 9mm? Yeah, we covered 9mm several times. They give you points for free airdrop to remove your LP from PulseX and add it to the DEX. Seems sus, but raindrop game can be valuable. Thoughts? It's an option for people. Generally, it's better to have your assets in your own wallet. Generally, it's better to have your stuff on PulseX. That would be the preference. But people are free to choose to go into other liquidity pools if they want to get the airdrops. If you buy and sell or provide liquidity, you can get airdrops from that. So really, it's up to people. It's a higher risk return trade-off. It's not really. That's the way I'd look at it. So people need to decide for themselves. I see the liquidity is getting up around 450K or something like that. So the liquidity has slowly been creeping up there. If they've got good intentions, they seem to, and then it's good on them. Now 9NM is going to have quite a large ecosystem. So they're going to have a block explorer. They're going to have the V2 DEX, which have got open now. They're going to have V3 DEX. They got their Pulse LOG NFTs, which you're going to get airdrops for that. They may have staking with that too, I guess, eventually. And they also got, did I miss something? NFT marketplace. They're going to have number 7 on our top 7 list of NFT marketplace. So it's going to be quite an ecosystem, and I think they've got good intentions so far. Seems like they'll be probably a pretty decent sized player on the old Pulse chain. So that's kind of my thoughts on there. Hopefully that helps. General says, I got PulseLN airdrop for a while back. Hope is the correct contract. Nice one, General. We've got several sites under useful links as well. You can go check to see whether the contracts are good. Again, check that as well. Always use official sites too. Hey, good to see the bookie is dancing to James Brown from the looks of it there. Bookie's just come off a couple-day conference in one of the most famous towns in the world, Queenstown. Big shout out, Wookie. Hi peeps from ladies, how are you? Welcome. And Hex on Choice, smash the likes on the way in, definitely do that. Who else has jumped in here? Reg Groyle. Hey, it's been a while, Reg Groyle. Oi, oi. Good to see Reg Groyle in the house there. Welcome back. When Moon, asking for a friend. Are you asking for the sun? Is that what happened? You get that? It's a double play. We got Chris in the house there. I use it with Bitcoin, PulseLN. Yeah. So PulseLN uses the Lightning Network, so it's very useful for the Bitcoin connection. What else there we got there? Sheree says TitanX T-share are going to be as big as Hex T-shares when the community catches on. Yeah, well, they're very different products. So TitanX is a different product from Hex. Hex is a CD miner, and TitanX is a RRI protocol, but probably based on what I've seen, probably the greatest that's ever existed. So we're going to talk about that a bit later. So there are different products. So there's not really a clash amongst the protocols, and they're on different chains. Well, Hex is on both chains, but TitanX is just on Ethereum and probably will be for some time. Christian says the DG King is in the house. You are indeed the DG King. What else there? Where's my people at? Says Francis. Christian says TitanX might give me an early retirement. Says Christian there. Nice one. All right, let's move on and let's get into the Pulsechain PRC20s. Hold on, we're going to be talking about the other projects on ETH chain in a minute. Let's have a look at the top. We're looking by liquidity. Everything is pretty much down at the moment, so probably won't talk too much about these. Pulse Bitcoin is actually up 4% today, so 5%. So well done to Pulse Bitcoin there. I know Fat Sammy is leading that community now on Pulse Bitcoin, so good to see a little price pump on that. That is Pepe is up a little bit there. Pepe from Ethereum is up 6%. Very small liquidity pool that on though. So that is pretty much it. DAI is at 000322, and Wrap Bitcoin is at $77. So that's kind of the play there at the moment. Atropa is down 8%. Treasury bills down 12%, and Teddy Bear. So some of those that were very trending at the time, and with the Atropa contract, are all down at the moment. Let's go to the Pulsechain projects. We'll go to the meme coins actually. We're going to sort by liquidity. We've got Mega is up. So Mega is up 19%. So good on you, Mega. Make Ethereum great again. And of course, I guess that's on Pulsechain. So Mega was down for quite a few days, but has made a big pump there. So up 20% on the old Mega. What else is doing well? This is kind of basic meme coin reflection tokens. We're going to talk about Access Alive is at 4,000. That's down $15 as well. So let's quick look at Access Alive. This is the influencer Access Alive, TA specialist as well. This one here is at 4,000. So I had a really nice little run, just cooled off now at 4,000. I'm sure there's more coming out from Access. Hex Orange address here is down 11%. Now, this is related to a bit of drama. There's been a bit of drama. We're no drama channel, so we don't really talk about the drama as much as possible, and we've done pretty well doing that. I think it's one of our 3 principles of the channel: freedom channel, family channel, and no drama channel. There's plenty of drama channels out there, so we decided to not be one. So there we got 0069. That is the price at the moment. And there we are. I mean, it's ticking along pretty nicely there, but like I say, we'll move on. What else is going on there? I think that's it. Out of the meme coins, we're going to have a quickly. We've got a subset of the meme coins are the 9-inch meme coins. So we're going to look at 9-inch by itself as a sort of subset, but also includes the 9-inch sticks. We've got sort by liquidity. So 9-inch versus Pulse at the moment, it is down 6.5%. Obviously, Pulsechain generally is down today with the whales selling, but we're at quadruple 0.15, so we're actually just below the sacrifice price that I calculated, which was 1,567. We're actually just below that, and I guess it was definitely a chance to do that, especially with Pulsechain coming down. So down we have gone. So you're actually getting it cheaper than the sacrifice price here. Now, obviously, if you're a sacrificer, you also got the Ethereum chain as well, so you've got to add that value in. But that's where we are at the moment on this. So yeah, now 9-inch is a DEX and for farming, single-side staking, things like that, and does have what am I going to say? Is the 3rd biggest TVL project. I'm assuming it's still at that at the moment because it was up around 12 million. Maybe it's down a bit from that with the assets prices going down, but that is where we are at the moment on 9-inch. What else we got going on there? Everyone's pretty either flat there. I'm looking at the BBC. Where's the BBC? 11 cents, 11.5 cents on the BBC. I know quite a few guys are farming on 9-inch, and it is down 11 cents on the BBC token at the moment. It would be lovely if it was back up $1, right? That would be really, really good returns on there. But that is kind of it at the moment. Now, obviously, if you buy in cheap at the bottom and you get in there, then and the prices start rising back up, you can actually make a lot of money with the capital gain and with the price of maybe the token value, possibly. If it does any rebounds, then you could do that too. Now, there's more to come from the 9-inch team, I'm sure. We've got other projects like Randy Alaski's Note project and other protocols like TRH is going to be on there too. So there will be other waves of value adding to the 9-inch there. Looking at the meme coins, we've got where the ETH go is down 30%, Paul Pleb is down 6%, and Pulse Dodge is down 4.5% there. Where the ETH goes down at 50 cents now. Wow. Remember that on the rally in the lead up to 9-inch, that got all the way up to $3.14. That is now down 51 cents at the moment. So what's that off the top? Let's have a quick look. That is down 83%. There we go. That is where it's at the moment. All right. That leads us into our final category. Is it a final one? Yeah, I think it is. Pulsechain projects, the main event. This is the main event. Let's have a look. We won't sort by liquidity this time. We're going to sort by percentages. As you guys know, if you watch my daily show, that's kind of what we do. Communist is up 10%. You can't keep communists down. A lot of people have been in the Discord talking about communists. So it's not one of my favorites, but because I get the name always, you remember at the beginning when it launched, the name was like, it's like it was free for a lot of people, right? They claim it. But it was just like, yeah, but hey, look, the thing is, it's up 10% today and it keeps going. It's up and down days, but you know, it seems to be ticking away there. Pulse rate. So Prate token from Pulse rate, the Tomb fork, if you guys know, it is up 3.6% at the moment. And what else is happening in there? Veeam, is it off the bottom? It is. Pulse rate, that's a small pool. There's quite a few pulse rate pools. They're all pretty small now. So pulse rate, is it pretty much died in the price? Oh, there, the pool's pretty much dead. So you want to keep away from pulse rate now. P-share, let's have a look at P-share. Yeah, P-share's gone too. So it looks like that is all gone. I'll probably have to take that off the list soon. Looks like P-share, pulse rate, that protocol, it looks like it's pretty much done, Burger. Oh, there's still 14K in this pool, so it's got 14K, so it's not quite done yet. And let's not get too ahead of ourselves. There does seem to be a little bit of value in there for that. But pulse rate liquidity is pretty small now, and maybe I'll have a check of it after the live stream. Now, if you guys wondering what I'm talking about, it's pulse rate here. So let's have a quick look. This is pulse rate front end, and this is the protocol. Let's have a look at the protocol. They've still got 88K in value locked in there. But look, yeah, the price of Pulse there is P-share is $8.90 now. That used to be up over $4,000 if you guys remember. That used to be pretty high. But the pools still got some value in them. Some of the pools, so it's still got 88K in there. But that's pretty much down from it's pretty much at the bottom there. What else are we going to talk about there? I think that's it. Vemp, the Web3 game, that is up 2%. Fire the endowment token there is up 1% there as well. Those are kind of everything else is down. Everything else down. Now, when things are down, you can pick up value, right? When things are down, you can pick up value if you find a good one. Tetra is probably particularly a good one to look at. Tetra there, they've got more launches coming up. And what else is looking interesting there? Fame token is down 60 cents. Definitely a top one to pick up. Anytime you can get value out of these top tier protocols, definitely one to look at, right? So, yeah, so Fame, P-Hux as well would be in that camp. If you can find a good P-Hux one. Typically, you may want to buy them through Petias because it's going to route through P-Hux, which probably has more volume for those trades. So remember that. Use P-Hux as a DEX aggregator to do that. So, yeah. Sometimes if you buy from PulseX, it may or may not have a big pull, and maybe a lot of the values on PulseX, P-Hux there. That's when you want to use the DEX aggregator. So that's pretty much the highlights there. What else am I going to talk about quickly here? I think that's it. Let's have a quick look at the stable coins. I know there's an algorithmic stable coin, PUSD, but those are algorithmic, so you're taking on a high risk with those stable coins. Just remember that. Maybe you can make some money out of it early on. but really you want to stick with the solid stable coins coming, which will be obviously with the CST, which is a fiat-backed one, and of course any of the liquidity forks, because that's a proven model. And we've got liquid lines and powers that are coming with USDL and PXDC, so that's coming now. Obviously PUSD, there's a bit of interest from some people. I think PX is looking at it and other people, but remember those algorithmic ones, anything based on Terra Luna or anything like that, they're all pretty a lot of them fail, right? So maybe they've cracked the nut, but you just got to be very careful with that. I've got the PSD in here at the moment. It's got 33k in liquidity, and it seems to be pegged at 99 cents at the moment. So we'll have a quick look at this PUSD versus Dime. So far it looks like it's holding pretty well at the dollar on the PUSD, but once again you got to be careful with the algorithmic ones. That's all I'm saying there. So cool. All right, we'll probably have a further look at PUSD, DAI stablecoin in the future, but that is just a quick coverage of it at the moment. CST, of course, is looking pretty stable here. Most of the liquidity, of course, is on PHEX, but this is the PulseX pair at the moment, and it's at 96 cents, so a little bit of weakness, but it gets back and forth all the time on the CST. Now, if you want to on-ramp fiat directly to the Pulsechain, use our community leader Brian's link in the video description. You'll get 5,000 weight token bonuses as well for that. And if you've got 100,000 weight tokens staked on the coast on-ramp, you'll be able to get the fee for 1%, which is pretty good. All right, so that is pretty much on the stable coins. Let's jump over to the main events that we're going to talk about, which is XONE and XONE token, which is happening today. We'll talk about that. Before we do, let's get into the chat and say hello. Let me have a look here. Where are we going back up here? Go back up the top here. Tombos is here. TitanX is amazing right now, having a blast staking and getting miners. Yeah. Hey, look, the thing about TitanX is on Ethereum, so it's a diversity play, cross-chain diversity play. It's good to have that in your portfolio. It is an RRI protocol, so it's got certain tokenomics that play out, so it's on a higher risk return trade. But of course, it is. I think it's designed absolutely incredibly, and we're going to be following it, on a regular basis. So particularly on Superman Crypto, you'll see a lot more content on there. But we will be covering it every now and then on this general Pulsechain live stream. Spray says good time to scoop up some PDI, Atropa, and TSFI before our next leg up. Yeah, well that's right. So there's a lot of people in that camp too around the Atropa PDI protocol, and some of that's going to be introduced into TitanX through the Hyper, but it's going to be apparently the Ferrari version. So look forward to that. Harry Williams as well. Yo. I'm buying every week, says Harry. Nice one, Harry. Well done. That dollar cost average strategy, mate, at the beginning of the bull market. Perfect plan. Freedom Channel, #family channel, and no drum channel. That's right. That's what we pride ourselves on. What else there? Spray says TitanX might actually take the win for this bull market, and ETH payouts are insane. Already ROI in the 8-day payout. Crazy stuff. Absolutely. That's definitely doable for that. Once again, it's its own product, so just remember that. Not worth comparing to other products. It might be in a certain product class, but it's not really, comparing too much to a lot of stuff that we normally talk about. We've got Matt in house. Hello from Perth, everybody. Hey, Matt, welcome to the chat. T-Time as well. Good to see you holding it down, Hex Token. Hope you're staying healthy. I am. I'm about to do day 100 walk. So that's going to be exciting. My walk for 100 days. Amazing. I do encourage everybody out there to get yourself into the health and fitness if you've something you've been letting go. It's very important for your cardio and life generally. Spray says SparkSwap a better farm for your dollars at the moment. Yeah, SparkSwap's doing pretty well. I think they have a better tokenomics with the Sparkler it is. Yeah, we can put the Spark token, and they've got other things they've added like a bridge and things like that, haven't they? So definitely SparkSwap has quite a lot of cool things in it. Pulse Rate moved on to their new project on Pulsechain called PLS Farms. So that's from Spray there. That's right, they did. Rich Girl says Tetra. Yeah, Tetra. Don't miss out on Tetra, man. Tetra is definitely a good one to pick up. Obviously, do your own due diligence. But Tetra is doing some pretty amazing innovation in crypto, and that's always important. It's always good to have some of those technology plays, and Tetra is definitely one of those. So definitely check that out. Spray says, I need to walk more. Yeah, get out and walk, get fit, get healthy, and enjoy your crypto. That's the way to go. All All right, so let's get back into the content. So we're up to Zen here. So the Zen chart here has managed to have a little bit of a bull move up high here. This is the 4-hourly chart. So if we go to the hourly chart here on Zen, this is Zen on Ethereum, by the way. And of course, it's rallying up here, so it's not PZen. But this is rallying up here. Just a bit of pullback now, but looking quite good on the charts there. Now, the news, of course, is from Jack Levin, is that there's a bit of drama around Zen, right? So OKX exchange, you know, OKX, the big Asian exchange. Well, they were used to host Pulse. A lot of the bridges, like Portal X, were trading through OKX, remember? And then, of course, they shut down. Go Pulse also was doing that. And then, of course, we couldn't have a bridge. Those bridges or forms of bridges weren't able to be operated anymore. OKX abandoned PulseX and Hex, things like that. So it wasn't cool, and typical fake exchange, you know. And so anyway, what they've done now is they've also pretty much attacked the Zen community and Jack One as well. So they're pretty much they were in partnerships. They had sort of meetings about things like that in the past, I think last year and stuff like that. But they ended up stealing the X1 chain name, which is not cool. So OKX is not doing itself any favors. They think probably because they're a decent sized exchange that they can do whatever they want. But the community in DeFi is starting to annoy one community after another. So first the Pulsechain Hex community, and now they're trying to annoy the Zen community as well, which has quite a large, sizable Asian component to it as well. So yeah, really, it was OKX trying to take and battle with the DeFi communities. I don't know, but it's pretty bad form. Stealing the X1, trying to steal the X1 name. Now, obviously, Jack's not letting them get away with that. He's pretty much, told them to almost cease and desist. So we'll see how that goes. Now, in any case, to signify that the Zen Jack is launching the X1 token to people holding a Zen Liquid or NFTs, if I remember rightly. So if you're holding any of the Apexes, collectors, and things like that, you'll be able to get that from the Zen NFTs. As well. Now, obviously, the more wallets you have, the more you can claim. There is a table of that, so you just need to find follow Zen and Jack Levin on that one to find out more details. But that is expected to launch, I think, within the next day, like in the next 24 hours. So definitely keep the tabs on that from Jack Levin. So if you're in the Zen community and you have that, definitely something worth checking out. But yeah, not cool around OKX, and it's probably a good idea. They're going to be definitely pushing back on that, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So that is coming up at the moment. So if you've got Zen, you'll be able to purchase that. And there's no fee to it; it's just the gas fee. So the gas is not too bad at the moment on Ethereum, but that's how you have to purchase it. There's a whole table depending on how much you've got, what assets you're holding, what you can actually claim, as it were. It is free, but you've got to use the claim. There's going to be a website up and running, so that's why you should follow the thread there on Jack Levin. All right, so that's pretty much on that one. We just covered that. So that is within the next 24 hours, and that could be, there's going to be a liquidity pool set up for it. It could be quite a good speculative play if you're into that. I know a lot of people like to DGN into those sort of things. I'm talking about you, Christian, you DGN king. So yeah, that's definitely an opportunity there. And I know there's a lot of Hexkins and Zenikins, and there's a lot of cross-pollination in DeFi, just the way it goes. So that's an opportunity there. All right, but certainly the market rallied on that from the looks of it. So kind of cool. All right, let's jump away from that and get into TitanX. Now TitanX, of course, is on Ethereum also, and TitanX there is having quite a cool rally at the moment. Obviously, that's been number 5 on Ethereum. So the best performer on Ethereum, number 5 at the moment. You can see at the top there, and it's made by Pulsechain Hex influencer Jake Sharp, who's also a Zen influencer as well. A lot of cross pollination amongst these communities, just the way it goes. And so Jake Sharp there has designed TitanX. Now I did a video on Superman Crypto yesterday, a live stream doing an overview of the protocol. So you can check that out on Superman Crypto. But here's just a quick summary of what's going on here at the moment. So you had a nice super rally here. This is on the hourly. On the daily, that is the daily chart now. Pretty impressive. So this candle here is the first 28-day payout. So TitanX is an ROI protocol game. Remember that. It's in DeFi, but it may very well be the best ever designed. It's taking all the best qualities from over 40 protocols and adding them into one. And it looks incredible. I'm doing a lot of coverage on that. It's one of the projects that we're talking about in the strategy club. So if you want to get into that, the link's in the video description to find out all the strategies. There is a short game in this, which you call cycling, which you can make a lot of money at the moment. But there's also a longer game that you can play, which is actually a really, really good game to play as well. And then, of course, there is a second layer protocol. So TitanX is also designed to be a base layer in the sense that people can come on and create protocols over it, because you can burn on it, a bit like Zen. But it has, I would say, a lot of great features to do that, a lot of encouragement to do that. So there it is at the moment. So looking really, really good. Facing a little bit of resistance here. But of course, if you go to the protocol, the protocol here is here, and you can see that you can mine. And at the moment, if you do a max miner, it's got a 400% ROI at the moment. And of course, if you stake, you can stake. And of course, you get all the bonuses. Now, the earlier you do it, the better. Like the earlier, the better. It's pretty much that. And as if you wait another month, another 2 months, another 3 months, you get a lot less volume. But of course, you're just having to play the game at that time, right? You're not here today. You're playing 3 months time. You got to play the cards that are dealt to you in 3 months. That's kind of the play there. Now, if you do stake, the payouts are in Ethereum, and Ethereum payouts are here, and you got the 8-day cycle. So what that means is every 8 days, whatever ETH goes into mining, 28% of it goes into these, gets distributed relatively to these cycle pools, right? So you've got 8-day payouts, 28-day payouts, and 28-day payouts got 1.4 million. This thing is coming up in a couple of days' time. You can see it's 82% the way through until it gets paid out. You have to be staking, of course, with TitanX. So if you're wondering one of the reasons why this is going up, that is a big reason. People are mining, and of course, people are buying, and that sort of thing is happening in terms of the staking. So the other thing is you got 9-day payout cycles coming up. You got a 369-day payout cycle coming up there. They got 900,000 in them, and then you got an 888-day payout as well. So if you think that the bear market is ended and the bull market started, and the bull market is going to keep going into 2025, maybe Q1, Q2. Some people will have it a bit longer, but that's kind of the play. Then these things could look amazing. Imagine that. So this is the current price of Ethereum at the moment. But if Ethereum goes up 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, all these pools are going to get big, fat, and juicy, and people are going to be after them, right? That's pretty much it with the amount of ETH that's in them. So they could be worth millions and millions of dollars by the time you get to, particularly this 369 payout. That could be worth $3-4 million by that time in terms of Ethereum prices. So it's going to be fun in the bull market. So it's launched at the perfect time. It is an ROI protocol, so there's a risk return to it, but I think it's probably the best that's ever been designed. It really is. I've seen tons of these, and this thing is a superstar for sure. Now, the cool thing about it is that's hit the secret sauce. The big secret sauce is you want most of the, if you're going to have a ROI protocol where you put in Ethereum, the two cool things is that people are earning Ethereum. They're not earning TitanX. So they stake TitanX, but they earn Ethereum, and they can dump the Ethereum. They can dump the Ethereum, and they can buy more TitanX, right? So that's the thing. The other thing, of course, there is a big buy and burn of 68% of all the stuff that goes into the protocol. It goes to the buy and burn address, and it just continually gets called by the public. And at the moment, there's a massive 54,000 at that moment. Let me refresh that to get the latest, the greatest. $63,000 in the buy and burn. That buy and burn, folks, has been called by the public, and it's just helping to push this price up to the right. So this is the greatest I've ever seen. This is what I've always wanted in a protocol, and now it's there. So it's pretty impressive. Well, let's see where this goes. Now, there's going to be up. The chart's designed to go up and to the right. There will be up and down, so there will be pullbacks. But at the moment, it's probably going to print. And of course, when the Hyper protocol comes out, that's designed to add at least 3 more, if not 4 more pumpermentals to the buy and burn. So everything is focused on the buy and burn. So in summary, the big deal about this is to most of the economic energy in this platform is going to buy and burn TitanX, and that will just push the price up right over time. So just zigzag up. Now, the rest, the 28% going to the stakers and the payouts, right? So actually, staking is the second tier on this. TitanX is the top tier in terms of how you would play this. So those are kind of the way you'd look at it. In terms of the stats at the moment, absolutely spectacular. So we're in day 23. There's 6 hours and 45 minutes to go. The liquid holdings at the moment, 254 billion, which is only 14.72% is liquid now. Unbelievable. In 22 days, 23 days. And of course, in the buy and burn at the moment is 647. So you got liquid of 254, but 647 billion has been bought up and burned. Amazing. It's beautiful to watch. So that's pretty incredible. The staked amount at the moment is 57%, which is 813 billion. Penalties here, these are people that haven't claimed, they're 3.3 billion. And what this is part of the, so this has been optimized so that the LP pool is in V3, and the V3 fees are dominated by the TitanX contract, and it burns all these LP fees, destroying more TitanX off the market. So it doesn't just rely on Ethereum coming in. Obviously, that is the key driver, a bit like the fuel in a car. But it also means that all the trading that's going on, buying is trading, those fees are being captured and then burned. So it's destroying more TitanX off the market. It really is clever. And if you look at the TitanX pool here, you will see that there is 31.6 billion in the pool and 142 ETH here at the moment, ticking away. So it looks really, really good. It is a higher risk, high return, but probably the close to perfection that you've ever seen in these protocols. So it will be a lot of fun, and it is a diversity play on Ethereum. So that is pretty much a wrap up on them. Now, the next couple of days, there's not a lot of supply coming into the market, so this is not going to grow very much. Most of the stuff is on chain, whatever you see that liquid up for the next 3 days. But then after that, we're expecting two big supply jumps as the miners come due, because they're all wanting to capture the first daily payout for the 28 days. So this 28 day, that's coming out in about just over 5 days away. So that's 1.4 million. So a lot of people, a lot of those two supply candles that are coming out just the days before that, which is 4 or 5 days from now, they will either be staking or they'll try and sell into the market if they're cycling their profits, if they want to cycle their profits there, which is one strategy you can do for sure. And that is profitable at the moment, quite profitable indeed. So we're going to see how that plays out for that. And you can find out a lot more details on this, like tons more details in the strategy club. So if you do want to join the strategy club, get in there, folks, because that's the sort of stuff we're going to talk about in depth. And there's much more stuff that I'm not talking about on the live stream, but you can get in to talk about that. So it's going to be one of the protocols we're going to be talking about moving ahead. Another one we'll be talking about will be TYZZ, the DeFi Binance, which is going to take on Binance directly, but using DeFi to do it. And that's coming up in the new year. We're going to talk about that and many other protocols. So get into the strategy room there. The links in the video description are really, really cool. If you want to get in the deep dive stuff I don't talk about on live stream, so get in there and we'll talk about that. All right, that is pretty much it on TitanX. So very spectacular performance. It's going to be fun to watch this play out. It is a higher risk return, but man, it is fun to play and maybe the holy grail of ROI protocols. There from Jake Sharp. So a big shout out to him. And he spent a lot of time designing this as a seasoned pro in crypto. All right, that's pretty much it from there. We're going to get the Hex stats, of course. We've got the big news here around the Hex share rate and T-shares. I'm telling you guys ahead of time, so you guys get to make your planning. So it's going to be very important. Before we do that, though, let's get into the final comments around TitanX before we get into Hex itself. Hex is a CD miner, so they're very different products. So just remember that Pulsechain is very different products than L1. Pulsechain is a very different product. It's a DEX. Any of these products, most of them are very different from each other. Just take that into account. Joe L says, when LL launch? I'm going to talk about that. Stay tuned. We'll come up. That's our last topic after the Hex, which is the next one there. Where else do we get up to here? Pumpkin L, we'll talk about that too. When I get to the final, I'll do the roadmap ahead, just to give us a moment. Spray says X1 airdrop by holding a Zen. When is that? Within the next 24 hours is our understanding on that one from Jack Levin. These Asians want to take everything, lol, says Christian. No, well, they're not just Asians. They're a mixed group of people. So you gotta watch it. We've got to watch the language there. But yeah, Sprays announced their TitanX killing at over 500% from the lows and under 15% liquid. I know it's unbelievable, mate. It's the incredible results. Insane stats for being a few weeks old. Got to check that out. Stats tab, yeah. Imagine when Hyper comes out, it's going to drive the scarcity through the roof, single digits. That's right. That's correct. Yeah. So that's coming up as well. If you want to find out all about Hyper, TitanX, this is one of the big projects at the moment. Get into our strategy club. That's pretty much it. It's a soft launch or a stealth launch at the moment. Official launch will be coming up soon once I finish building out a lot of the stuff in there. All right. Let's see. Let's go back here. Bam. All right, so Hex.com, you can buy Hex, of course. It's a CD miner, so a certificate of deposit miner, and you mint out your own rewards. That's pretty much it. So you buy Hex, You burn it for T shares either on Ethereum or Pulsechain. It's also on Ethereum Power and Ethereum Fair, which we saw on PulseLN. You can actually bridge over there now. That's going to be pretty interesting. Might lift those asset prices. But in any case, you can buy Hex and burn them for T shares. T shares stands for trillions of shares. It's a bit like a miner, if you want to see it like that. And then you can earn Hex, pretty much it, and you mint out your own Hex. So it's all about you and pure DeFi, which is pretty cool. Now, all the links to Hex in our Discord under useful links. Also, we got the link to hex.com in the video description as well. So let's get into the results for today on both Ethereum and Pulsechain. So we got day 448, 1448. So Hex is coming up to its 4th birthday and moving into its 5th year. So it's been around a long time. It is pretty much one of the leading DeFi protocols. Really is important to always remember that too. The price at the moment is at for day 19th, the 19th of November, is at 16th of a penny on Ethereum, down 5.5% at the moment. The payout per T share is 6.7. This is the main number that you're after. Obviously, when you get T shares, you want to know how much Hex you're getting for those T shares at 6.7 for the current day. Changes every day, as you can see. The share rate is no change today, 30,560. Now, the share price for doing short-term T shares is $185 at the moment. And we're going to have a look at something that's very important. The share rate here is at 30,560. It's going to jump big time on the 22nd. So you guys, I've been telling you guys for the last week, maybe even the last couple of weeks about this so that you guys are aware of it, that you don't miss out, because you're going to have to pay a lot more for a T share moving forward, because the share rate is about to jump. And let's have a look at Hexfire. This is hexfire.io, which is a website made by Crispy Man. He's an analyst and a YouTuber or influencer in the space. And he's got this chart here. Currently, we're at 30,000, like I say, 560. But on the 22nd is the last day that's before it's going to jump. On the 22nd, it's going to jump. It's going to jump from 30,600 all the way to 32,000. So that's a 1,400 Hex per T share jump. It's going to happen on probably both chains there, Ethereum and Pulsechain. And so that's going to be a big, big deal. It's going to cost you around about $10 more per T share on Ethereum and about $20 more per T share on Pulsechain approximately. And obviously, if you get 10 T shares, that's $100, $200 respectively, etc., etc. But it is important. This is a big jump, the biggest jump since the big payday back in November 2020. Yeah, big change there. Now, will we see some rebound in the Hex charts if whales come in to buy in the next couple of days to stake for T shares to capture that before the share rate jumps? We will see. Market will decide on that, but definitely we have with the smaller ones, we've seen 400 Hex per T share jumps. We've seen 600. They didn't really move the market on those ones. I went back and had a look, but this one might do. This one might do. It might be big enough to maybe cause some big stakers to buy up Hex and stake. We'll see how that goes. Empirical question, after all. Empirical question. All right. So that is the play out there. Now, average mining length there is 7.03 years on the old Ethereum for Hex, and we got the APR just under 39% for existing T-share miners. The ownership pool. So Hex is really understand there's a reward pool with Hex in it. There's an ownership pool with T-shares in it. And obviously, the way you get more T-shares by earlier pays better because share rate's going up. Longer pays better by going out longer. You get 20% more shares per year up to 10 years, so 200%, making the T-share price a lot cheaper. And, of course, a bigger pays better. Up to 150 million Hex, you get up to 10% bonus for a bigger pays better. So those are the three ways you get more of the T-shares. And if you get more of the T-shares, you get more of the Hex rewards. That's pretty much it. Well, that T-share pool has gone down today by 11,900 T-shares. We're sitting at 9,737 T-shares in that ownership pool, which are like your miners, right? They're all the miners in there. All right, the lock percentage of coins, 9.39% of all Hex is locked at the moment on the Ethereum. We had modest penalties, 700,000. Yesterday we had 1.4 million, and we've got 65 million Hex in that reward pool just for today. That's going to get allocated to those T-share holders, and of course that's looking pretty amazing. Now let's look at the growth numbers. We're up 33 current holders at the moment. We've got 331,880 holders of Hex at the moment. We're up down 12 miners. We've got 119,778 miners at the moment. That's pretty much it. All right. That is on Ethereum. On Pulsechain, day 191 with the 19th of November. The price is at just over 1 cent at the moment, down 15.8%. Obviously, the big whale sale going on there. which means you can dollar cost average in for a lower price. That's pretty much it. The payout per T-share is 6.691 over on a Pulsechain. The share rate didn't change today, but like I say, on the 22nd, look forward to being the final day. Get in there before on the 23rd. It's going to jump, be 1,400 X higher approximately. Average mine length on Pulsechain is a bit shorter than Ethereum, 6.91 years. The APY there is 38% for existing T-share miners. The ownership pool is down a massive 18,637 T-shares. We're sitting at 9,786,000 T-shares in that Pulsechain pool on there. So pretty interesting for Hex. Let's wrap up these numbers. 9.65% of all Hex is locked at the moment. We got pretty good penalties on Pulsechain, almost 1.2 million. We got 65.5 million in the reward pool that I talked about, looking pretty good. And let's look at the growth numbers. Up a massive 142 holders on Pulsechain for liquid Hex. Up 8 miners, and of course we had 34 miners jump yesterday. So that's pretty good. We've got 124,500 miners on Pulsechain, which is about 5,000 more than we see on Ethereum there. Those are the results for Hex.com, and of course we just started day 1449, and of course day 192 on Pulsechain. So check it out, folks. Hex.com. Do your own due diligence. Nothing on this channel is financial advice, of course. Yeah, if we've got a crypto helpline too in our Discord, so if you need any help there, get on board. Of course, our community leader Brian is the king of Hex, and he has onboarded well over 100 people. He is a wonderful teacher, and we've got a few other people like Jenna in as well in our team that are also awesome at helping people on board into crypto and of course Pulsechain and Hex and things like that. So big shout out to them. All right, very cool. Looking at the roadmap, this is our final topic. Let's go full screen. Let's go full screen mode, and let's add back in the overlays. This is our roadmap for Pulsechain projects. Once I get it in the screen, let's go. All right, that is our roadmap. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so there we go. So we are waiting for the fetch oracle. So all these have to be pushed out. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I get both of those? I'm not sure. 1 and 2. And 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So all of these ones here. So these protocols, we are expecting them. We're expecting them to launch in November. They're still late, so they're just being deferred. There's nothing else we can say about that. We're not in the team, but those are all being deferred, and so we're just waiting for Fetch Oracle. So Fetch Oracle is what's going to unleash the second wave juggernauts on the Pulsechain, including stable coins, leverage lending, huge ROI protocols, and of course much more. So we're waiting for that. Fetch Oracle is the decentralized oracle on Pulsechain. We don't have one yet, so that's very important. I'm going to shift this TR8 V4. Let me just do that in a minute. So we're going to shift that down. And let me try to catch them both of them there. And we're going to move those down because those are still launching. We're expecting those to launch a bit later. So yeah, Fetch Oracle any day now. That's pretty much it at this stage. We'll keep tabs on that. Sugar Beet, that is also moving forward. We don't know when that's going to be. We know it's close. The website has been updated. We covered that a couple of days ago. So Sugar Beet from Beetroot, that is coming up there as well. That is going to be really popular. Privacy, single-side staking, a new sweet token there. It's going to be good. The DEX aggregator, of course, we had the DEX aggregator launched, but it only had one DEX in it. So it's hard to be a DEX aggregator with only one DEX in it. They had Pulsechain starting off with it. And that we're also waiting for the Atlas dashboard. That was supposed to launch. That did not launch, and I haven't seen an update for that yet. And then Tetra staking pools are coming up as well on the 24th of November. So they're pretty sure that's hardwired in there. The only thing that hasn't really launched is this Atlas dashboard we're waiting for as well. And of course, they've also got their Prism as well, which is going to be probably their most popular project possibly coming up as well. So Tetra is one to watch out. It is one of our more innovative projects. If you think of it a bit like BNB Pot or Pulse Pot from Jacob, Jacob's one of our top innovative DeFi and crypto creators. Well, also Tetra is another one of those. So really great to have these kind of quality projects on Pulsechain. So that is the play there at the moment. So question mark over Atlas. I'll probably move that as soon as I know the information on that. So that is kind of the play there at the moment. So Liquid Loans and Power City waiting for the Fetch Oracle. Barista is waiting for the Fetch Oracle as well. And there will be other protocols waiting for that too, including PulsePot. So PulsePot is the world's first peer-to-peer crypto casino. It's currently BNB Pot on BNB chain. And of course, that will be launching on Pulsechain. And we've got it currently penciled in for the 15th of December. Note token also for mid-December as well, 15th from Randy Alaski. I think that's going to be pretty popular. The only way to get Note token at the moment is by being one of his Patreon members. So that's how you get that. And then, of course, 9mm Pro, we're expecting that to launch a lot of its other protocols coming up as well. So that is 9mm Pro there. All right, in December, January, or at the end of December, second half of December. And then followed by one of the big protocols I think is going to be really talked about is DeFi Binance. That's going to be jumping onto the BNB chain in the new year. So that's not Pulsechain, but BNB chain, and that's going to be in the new year. Taking on Binance directly with DeFi Binance. They could have validators, could have a order book exchange, which as far as I know is the first one out there. I'm not aware of any others. You can let me know if you have found one that's got an order book, like a centralized exchange, but is in DeFi. That is also many other things potentially in that project. It's really massive. So we're going to be talking about that in the Strategy Club. So get in the Strategy Club, folks. Links in the video description. It's a soft launch at the moment. Be one of the early members. Just the way it goes. All right. That is pretty much on the roadmap. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Who else has jumped in here? Let's see who else is in here. We've got Francis. Hello, Francis. Good to see you, Francis. Brian, our community leader. What's up, folks? Late, but I made it. Nice one there, Brian. And we do appreciate what Brian does for the community. He is amazing. He's our community leader in the Discord. It's the #1 role after mine. How about that? All right. Take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. We covered a lot of good stuff, man. We're after a value in crypto, right? We're after pumping the bags. We're after good community while we, drive, share the shame journey. And man, it is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that today and got a little bit out of that. If you want to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell for more goodness. We're going to come back tomorrow again. Of course, we are pretty much documenting the Pulsechain journey here on this channel. We believe that it's going to be one of the top layer ones on the planet. And it's not only that, but it's more importantly, it's going to lead DeFi, really lead DeFi, as opposed to all the CeFi rubbish. You remember last year, everyone got wrecked in CeFi and centralized exchange, all that. But here in DeFi, we get to rule the world, especially with a really great community. So awesome stuff. All right. Brian's putting up the link there to the general Discord membership there. But there's also in the video description the Strategy Club if you want to join, be one of the early members. Hex Troy says, thanks, Superman. You're welcome. And Hi Lady says, bye. Indeed. All right, let's end the poll before we finish the show. We're up to 1 hour and 18 minutes, which is a bit longer than I normally do. Let's see what the poll results are first of all, on Hex Token channel. Let's see what those results are. What are you doing in crypto and or Pulsechain at the moment? Buying, 56% of you are buying, taking the opportunity in this dip on Pulsechain in particular. Hodling, 37% are hodling, just holding the bags, waiting to see, let the bull market play out, I guess. 5% are selling, a little bit, maybe they're made some profits or maybe they're a bit fearful. They're selling there. That's 53 votes, so awesome there on that one. Let's go to Superman Crypto and end the one on there. We've got Francis over there at the moment. So let's have a look at that. We've got 6 people watching over there. And let's see what the results are. So 66% hodling, 33% buying, and no one selling over on Superman Crypto. Awesome stuff. All right, and if you're on Pulsechain YouTube as well, let us know your thoughts and your comments afterwards, and I'll respond to those. What's that? I think that's it. All right, bye for now. Let's play out some music. Now, no, we're not playing music. We're going to play BlackRock. Now, we're opening the floodgates to the biggest traditional finance money coming into crypto for this bull market is a special event. It's huge. These Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs will be massive if they get approved, especially if they happen in January. It's going to be huge, man. So let's hear Larry Fink here from BlackRock talk about how this has changed. This whole mindset change is just ridiculous and good for crypto, good for you guys. You guys are here at the right time, right place, and man, it's going to be awesome. All right, peace out, everybody. Take care. Bye for now. See you in Discord. I'll be in there. Bye for now.
It's around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the, all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.